second show video. Today I will be taking a quick overview of every custom build that I featured on this channel. Let's get right into it. So all the custom builds that you see here in front of you have been featured on my channel at some point in time besides this guy. He's a new build. But you guys should know all of these, including the remains of my LEGO military tank, my LEGO military base, my scrap car, scrap ship, and my house, which it's not supposed to be in the scrap category, but it is. You guys can kind of tell why. Does it look more like this stuff or that stuff? The only one that you guys haven't really seen yet is this guy, which I will be doing a video on soon. I'm just going to include it in this video because it is a new little add-on to my scrap series, which I will be doing a individual video for my scrap series very soon, so stay tuned for that. Also stay tuned for the scrap plane video. So I had to do a bit of time traveling to see which builds I featured on the channel at what time. So I believe first there was the house, military base, ship. Yeah, you guys get where I'm coming from. I had to do a bit of time traveling on my channel to get all the history for this video. So the very first custom build that I featured on my channel, I had built way before I had a YouTube channel. This is a very spot-on replica of my house in minifig scale. So real quick, I'll give you guys a brief tour. So this is our 8-foot desk, which is in my living room, and then right in front of that, all of this stuff is moved around, so none of it is like this anymore. But that is our 8-foot desk. This is our living room, and at the time my mom had been knitting scarves, so that's what she's holding. And then over, this is our fireplace. In front of that is our front porch. And then right behind that through these windows is my mom's and my stepdad's bedroom. And then over, we come through the hallway, and then this is the kitchen right there. And then my bathroom, my room, which hasn't really changed a lot. And then my sister's room. And then right up here is the front door. And then the front of the house was how it was originally supposed to look completely. It was supposed to look like a very professional build with just one flat color. And then I put the little Lego logo because it's made out of Legos. And then the rest of it is just kind of vegetation and all that. So that is my custom Lego house, including everything from the inside of the house. And then a little bit on the outside is my laundry shed. Nothing too interesting there. So if you guys want to go more into detail on a tour of my house in Lego, you can go to my tour of my house in Lego video, which is my very first video in my Lego playlist. So make sure you go check out that. So my second build that I featured on my channel, I had built way before I even built my Lego house. In fact, to show the age of this build, if you go to my very early videos right after I stopped using my original intro, right here is where the original intro was shot with my custom minifigures for me, my friend Deegan, and my friend Joseph. Now the front might look interesting and all, but as soon as I lift off the removable light gray roof with all the antennas and microphones and all that cool stuff, we can look at the inside, which this is where I store the custom figures now, just so that I don't lose them. And then on the inside, it's pretty simple. We have a pathway, or like a garage. It's being guarded by 2 Lego guys. And this is all Star Wars theme, and I don't really know my Star Wars stuff, so some of the Star Wars people can tell me what these guys are. So there's those 2 guys. They are guarding. And then usually there's a car there, but that has magically ran off. And then back here is the armory, so we have a couple shelves and a whole bunch of weapons and all kinds of stuff to put prisoners and all that. And then here is the desk. You have to get through this and put in all your information, show that you're a soldier of the Lego military, and then you can go back here and get what you need. And for whatever reason, there's guns laying on the floor, and then behind the desk we have a little control box. And then above that is the stairs that go to the top floor, which I've just broken off. And if I put the roof back on, you can see that you would walk up these stairs and then you'd be on the roof. I never fully finished this build. I was originally going to add a second story, but never got to it, because if you don't notice, unlike my other builds, it is very professional looking. It's not all mix match, it's one color, and it just looks a lot more clean than the other ones, if you know what I mean. For the next build that was featured on my channel with a full review and tour is my ship. So we're going to be traveling into the ocean to take a look at this massive scrap ship. including a backup cab, Rick and Morty cabin, and a whole bunch of cool detailing, including guns, masks, and all of that. One of my favorite pieces on the scrap ship was the inspired helicarrier propellers on the bottom to make it fly. Only except on the front, we didn't have that. I didn't have the pieces, so I just put wings. Either way you look at this build though, it's very cool looking because of its scrap features, all of its unique little looks and details. Going from the scrap, the guns, the masks, the propellers inspired by the helicarrier from Avengers, and all that amazing stuff. So the helicarrier inspired scrap ship is the third creation that I featured on my channel as a full review. So the next build I don't actually have with me. This video was called the tour of a Lego nuclear fallout base. It featured me and my friend Joseph as the little characters that head out inside. So there you go, there's the name of the video. It's in my Lego playlist. I don't actually have the build with me, but it was a very cool build, so make sure you go check it out. The next build was another one of my military Lego base builds. This is my tank. It's not really much of a custom because I just stole the base from one of the old Antarctic Lego sets, tore the top off, and added this. And I'm thinking about tearing this apart and turning it into a scrap sort of thing because I don't really like this whole memo going on. I'm not going to tear that apart for a while because I like my base, but this is the Lego tank that I built. So as I said, I tore the Lego base off and then I put this on top. So we had a rotating turret, which this is also stolen from the Antarctic thing. A little cabin, which has gone destroyed over the last couple of years that I've had this thing stored under my bed. And then we had a little post with antennas and all that stuff, some bars. There's the little stairs that you go up to get in there, all kinds of computers up there. And then there's this red outline running across the base plates, and originally there was a spotlight here, but the spotlight has disappeared. And the main reason I want to destroy this is because it's just kind of falling apart and it's flimsy. So that is the Lego tank that I featured on my channel as its own video. So if you want to go check that out, it is in my Lego playlist as well. Then we have one of the much more recent builds. This is actually the first build that I've done in a couple months. So this is my actual, you can identify it as a scrap sort of build because it uses different parts of different buildings. So speaking about the Antarctic, in the real world, they have buildings with legs and they're like super sealed to stay warm. And this is stolen off that, so it's put on the back of the build. And then up top we have a cabin from a ship. And then below that, it's just a whole bunch of random storage. We have a base from a Lego movie set, which all the little bots would have sat on, the Lord Businesses, cops and all that. The Robo Cops. And then we have 3 smaller little Lego wheels right there to get extra traction. And then this is a half engine or half diesel, half electric build, so they could swap back and forth with what they needed. And then you could peel off the top of the cab to look inside, which I don't know if you guys can see inside, but in the full video, which I just released not too long ago, it goes into detail on everything you could possibly want to know about this thing. And if you do have any other questions, please put it down in the comments and I will do my very best to get back to you. Then we have this build. This is my scrap plane, which I'm not going to go into too much detail because you guys haven't actually seen this build yet. But this is my scrap plane. As you can see, it's obviously a plane. You can tell it's a plane because it has 2 wings. So we have the little identifier lights on either side, and then we have our fin. But there's always something a little bit special about all my builds. Like this one has a ship cap. This one is just, well, there's nothing too unique about it. It just looks absolutely awesome. But this one back here is kind of the unique spot. So our fin is put in with some jumpers in between 2 2x6s, and then our engine kind of hides out below there with some windows, and then our exhausts stick out back there. And then our tail fin just sticks on top of all of that, and there you go. There's where the engine hides out. And then up here we have 2 of these pieces. This is from the Lego Metro, which was released quite some time ago. And then in here there isn't really much. There's actually nothing right now because you can't really put anything. And then the cab came from a older Lego spaceship set. So there you go, there's the cab from the spaceship. And then here's our little guy manning it. So he has some control sticks and a steering wheel if he needs to use that. And then that just clips on right there, and then this sticks onto there. And then we have our landing gear underneath. But that is my Lego plane, and with that we have finished off the whole entire video with every Lego custom build that has been featured on my channel. Now, I still do have a couple little custom builds to feature, like this Lego boat. I don't know if I'm going to feature it, mainly because there's nothing really unique about it, nothing cool yet. I still have to work on it. And then there's this guy. I'm hesitating to do this video because I'm probably going to tear this apart and update it soon. I've had the build for a long time. So that guy may not be around too much longer. And then this boxcar, which matched the paint scheme of this guy, might also have to go to match the scheme of the new engine. But those are future videos. But with that being said, that is the video. Thank you very much for everybody that watched the video all the way through. If you guys enjoyed, make sure that you subscribe right there. Watch the most recent video right there. Like this video and comment, share to friends, family, and whoever you desire.